It says here, should you find out your potential partner's credit score while dating and why? And question 2, is it a good idea for a married couple to have separate bank accounts and why? We want to hear from you. Should you find your potential partner's credit score while dating? And is it a good idea for a married couple to have separate bank accounts? Hey, that is what is going on. We are getting spicy today. It's getting spicy. And I'm quite intrigued to hear what you all have to say. I'm really intrigued. So we asked the question. Let's see what Pranjal has to say. Michelle's here. Laura's here. Michelle from My Bullring's here. Good to have you with us, Michelle. Breakfast Show Faithful. We have Pranjal. And Pranjal's answer to today's morning coffee question. Switch out my back and try, please. Pranjal says, Assistant Robert, this is a weird and hard one. Why is it weird and hard? Come on, guys. I say yes to the credit score question because we don't want to have secrets in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Okay, you give that a firm nod, Dr. Eddie. All right. So what? Okay. Annabelle says good morning. Good morning, Annabelle. I'm proud of you, Annabelle. We have Pranjal from Ilford saying the second one is another no, because if people are married, they need to share everything, including the bank account.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah?
Agreed.
I mean, but what if you're a guy that you want to buy something and then your wife gets in the way? You want to get your gadget and you have a partner that gets in your way. Won't that be frustrating, guy? Like you just want to get, before when you were single, you used to buy your PlayStation 4 game or used to buy your, I don't know, camera or whatever you wanted to buy. Now, if you do something, it shows up in there, and then you have someone who can oppose you. I mean, Eddie, how do you feel about that?
I mean,
yes,
it's part of like the relationship. You know, two people are coming.
You say that now.
Together.
You say that now.
You know.
I'm joking. Okay.
Well, of course, I kind of think that it won't be easy, of course, because I like buying gadgets and new clothes and so forth. So to kind of tell my partner everything,
So what you say? Like it's not a good idea then?
I would say it's like a good teamwork, basically. It's teamwork. So like two people, that come together, they can make something happen.
I know teamwork, okay, but we're talking about knowing your stuff because your accounts are joined together. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I mean, of course, there can be like a spending limit, so each person has like.
So you said it's okay so long as everybody has a spending limit.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I mean, Pranjal, I assume you're a single guy, and you said that quite firmly. All right. So okay, that's good. All right. Now Pranjal says not ready. By the way, I have no experience with these questions. Okay. I learned from looking at my parents and listening to the Love Talk show. Okay. Wise. Okay. Because my friend, when you get a relationship, these heartstrings and emotions get pulled, and you don't know. You might have a partner who does this instead of like doing like this, ting, ting to those emotional heartstrings. They do this. Yay! He's like, ah! Do you understand? They're just flexing your emotional heartstrings.
Like a horse.
Like a horse. Your chest is like this. All right. Anyway, we have Fina. Oh my gosh, Namibia has appeared. Woo! I know, right? I remember when we had the Botswana and Namibia invasion.
Yeah.
They literally came in like a storm, like and it was so nice. But now we got Fina still holding on, saying, "Good morning, family connected from Namibia." Good morning, Fina. Also, I think now they also have like a 1 hour time difference instead of 2.
Yeah.
So that affects anything. Pranjal says, this is for the morning coffee question. I know it's a bit of a long message and unusual for me, Assistant Robert. No problem. Segulami says, VYG Mount Road, India, in the house. Oh, yeah.
India
in the house. That's how we roll. All right, guys. So we got here Annabelle, but before I go into Annabelle's one, let me go into Shazad Tyler's one because he literally just went in. Are you ready for this, guys? And he got some relationship experience under his belt. So he says it's getting hot in here. That was my MCQ answer. Let's hear it. Ready, guys?
Good morning, Breakfast Show faithfuls. In regards to the MCQ today, I like the double barrel question. First of all, regards to someone's credit score, when you're dating, I don't think that's very important for me, because the person that I'm getting to know, the person that I'm spending time with, the person that I'm growing closer to, they have to be of God. And when they're of God, they will then tell you things gradually. I don't think it's something that I need to ask. And it's not something that I need to worry about so much.
Interesting.
But when we're married, I would love my wife to have a joint account with me. I would love my partner to have a joint account with me.
Oh.
The reason why I'm also glad that they have a private account is it's always good to put money aside for a rainy day.
Okay.
And sometimes it's easier to say, you know, I've got this saved up in an account, to, oh, we need to spend this together from our joint account for a rainy day. It's something that I think money can destroy relationships. Yeah. But at the same time, it's one of those things where if you're of God and if the person you're with is of God as well, you overlook the material and start looking at the spiritual.
Is that so? That is very interesting thing to say, brother. Dr. Eddie, what do you think? I wish Hephzibah was here right now. I really wish. What do you have to say about that, Dr. Eddie?
Yeah, that was spot on.
You overlook the material because of the spiritual things when they're of God.
Spiritual, yeah. I mean, me personally, of course, I don't really have like too much, well, not too much, but I don't have any relationship experience and stuff. So I don't really know how it would be to kind of talk about these things. Okay. But it's like, if, like, me personally, it's better to know everything from the get-go. So instead of just finding, of course, when you're married, you will find different things about your partner that you didn't know about before, but it's like the topics that you can talk about now, is better to get that out of the way to kind of see, you know, what you're dealing with, basically. So for example, if you have like a bad credit score, is the person doing something now to kind of change it, or they're just comfortable with that bad credit score? That's a very good point, because that tells you a bit about their personality, right? Yeah. Because when you're dating, you're not living with the person, right? And so you want to get clues to know what the person's like. Yeah. Because everybody, when they're dating, they're on their best behavior. Everyone's putting their best foot forward, but it's in the details. So Shazad's saying, you know, because the person's spiritual of God, it kind of overrules the physical things. All right, that's interesting. Let's see. We got here, and I loved the bit. I would love, you know, my partner, we have a joint account. Yes, and that was a good idea about something to save, an account to save stuff. But that's about structuring your finances. So it was interesting. And also he said, not knowing the credit score is not that important. Yeah, right? He said that also, yeah. Yeah? Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to make a note of that, brother. Okay, we have next, we have Annabelle saying, they should definitely share their bank account and be aware of each other's credit score, because now you're sharing your life. Finances is one of the things that can cause the most problems. So this is where Annabelle's saying, even though it's a physical thing and you're marrying someone who we hope is spiritual, right? It brings problems. Yeah, yeah. Because if you don't have money, you're, Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you got people's behaviors from where they're coming from, right? Imagine if you're with someone, I ain't gonna use me as an example. You're with someone who's disciplined with money, and you've got someone who's very frivolous with money, and you have a joint account. My friend, and every month you're trying to do the math work, like before you do the math work, it'd be like ding, but now you join to this person, like come on, you know, because you've just merged your life with this person, and they've got access to you as you've had access to them. Yeah. So it's interesting thoughts. Next thing we go to Annabelle, she continues to say, you need to be on the same page with your partner so it doesn't cause problems. Very true, Annabelle. Someone's been listening to Love Talk, I think, huh? Very faithful.
Finas goes on to say, representing Namibia, goes on to say, for me, it's no. There is no, for me, it's no. There is no this thing of my money when you are married. If our money, it's our money, because if we cannot share the same bank accounts, then why are we married? Drop it like it's hot. Finas just like this. Drop the mic. Right?
Yeah.
It's our money. You know?
I think it's good like to come together, but of course like there's got to be some communication about like what your long-term goals are. Like we can't just come together like in full and say, okay, this is our money. There's got to be like
discipline, structures. Yeah. I hear that one. We have okay, it's kicking off. We have Vivian from Glasgow. Vivian says, good morning, Sister Robert, hope you're fine. Thank you, Vivian, you're awesome. Says, yes, I believe when you are dating is a right time to know about everything. We can't hide from each other. We're going to the future together. So everything, credit score and all, right?
Job.
2, not at all. You can't, like, this is about separate bank accounts. Not at all. You cannot have separate accounts. Why? Because when we are married, you become one. Miss Vivian laying down the law there. She's laying down the law. All right. Here we go. Okay, Pranjabi got him already on the live chat. All right, then we have Segolami saying, interesting question, smiley face. Yes, they should know each other's credit scores. I mean, they are one, right? No secrets. They're not one yet. This is a dating period. All right? This is a potential partner. You're in a dating period, so they're not one just yet concerning the credit score. All right? But obviously, I believe you do believe they should have the same account. Mayan, how you doing, Mayan? I've never seen you before on the show, I don't think, or maybe had a different name. But Mayan says, hi, accountability might be good. It might help the partner to avoid spending on things that they don't really need and save the money for the things that are actually useful. Accountability. So that means, okay, join your accounts together, but there has to be accountability. Let's control that stuff. Victoria, hey Victoria, it's good to see you there, sis. Saying, morning breakfast family connected from Namibia.
Ooh,
we've been missing you. We have been missing you. Okay, Fina has gone on to send a voice note. Let's see what Fina's saying. Come on, sis.
Morning, champions. How are you? I love today's topic. Money. Yeah, so for me, my thought is, or my comment is that if you cannot trust me with your money, or if I cannot trust you with my money, then why are we together in the first place? Because relationship is all about trust.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem to share my account or to have a joint account with my husband to be. For me, it's okay. It's even more fine. I trust him. He trusts me. So yeah, we can have share the same money for as long as I love the idea or the comment of Eddie that for as long as there is financial discipline has to be there. Because we cannot just use money anyhow. We need to be accountable. We need to have discipline in the way we use the money. And I also like the comment of the audio that we listen to now, that we need to have a secret account or a savings account to prepare for rainy day for as long as both of us we know about it. Because you cannot tell me you have a secret account for rainy days and I do not know about it. So no, it doesn't sit well with me. If we cannot be able to trust each other with money, then what is the point of being married? It's better we separate, or it's better you remain single and you do your money, I do mine. So yes, that is my comment. Bye guys, thank you all the way from Namibia. We are freezing here, it's winter time.
Wow.
Bye.
Oh wow!
It's winter.
Athena, you have to send us a picture. Send me a picture, please. So, you know me, I'm a nerd, right? I'm a geeky person. Send me a picture. I want to see what the scenery looks like. I want to see. Give me a little bit of a report. Give me a news report of the weather, please, Fina. I beg you, please. I'm just saying. But yeah, Fina, drop it like it's hot today, right? So talking about having joint accounts. Look, if I can't trust you with my money, why would we be together? That's it. So if you see, so for her, if she sees signs that the potential partner's withholding stuff, it's like, I can't. You've just crossed yourself off from being married to me. right?
Yeah.
And it's easy to call discipline. It's easy to say the word discipline, but the process of what that looks like, depending on the partner's habits with money, you know, it's like, is it worth it to go through what I need to go through to get this person functioning right, so they don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get things moving. So that's a very interesting question. You know, I have an experience with this as well, right?
Okay.
I remember when I was single, right? Because I read the Bible, we are one. I understood that, yeah, there's no such thing as having two separate bank accounts. It's a sign that there's trust issues, right?
Yeah.
And even in the church, then I later on heard confirming, because you know when you go to when you're in the service, it confirms things that you've meditated on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I heard this in the love talk. It was only mentioned, I think, like once, right? Then when I got married, I found out my wife didn't have a big deal with having separate bank accounts.
Okay.
She didn't have a big deal with it, but for me, it was like, no, it has to be this way. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
That's it. I was doing a FINA, you know, but she didn't. For her, it wasn't like, yeah, if you don't. Why? Because we have different backgrounds, backgrounds, different thought life. And the interesting thing is that when everything was joined together, guess what? Miracles started to happen.
Wow.
You know, nothing could impede us from getting onto the property ladder. All kinds of things that just started to happen.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? As soon as you join it together, because then you're strong. If you're separate, you're only at 50% strength. You only receive 50% of what God wants to give you.
Wow.
It's a fact, and I've proven it. All right, we're going to come off this soon. We have Tanika saying from VYG Nottingham, good morning, breakfast show and family. Hope you are all well. Sorry, I haven't been talking on the live chat this week. I have been busy enjoying my birthday week, as my official birthday is this Saturday. Oh, wow. Happy birthday, Tanika. Well, you know what? We're going to take a time out. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. All right. But everyone, so happy birthday to you in advance. Kaya's birthday was on the 6th. But we're looking to do something special for her maybe on the weekend, on Saturday as well. So we'll see how it goes. But happy birthday to you. And Patience says, good morning, family. So guys, it's a very huge question we asked. And by the way, here's my thoughts, just very briefly, yeah? Should you know your potential partner's credit score? I think 100% absolutely yes. Okay, because a person can have a good character, can have they tick all the boxes. They are endowed with the Spirit of the Lord. All right, but guess what? You want to buy a house.
Yeah.
You want to do X, Y, Z. You need to do X, Y, Z, and you've taken care of your finances. You're someone that you came from a background that you're very financially aware. You know what I mean? Or you've had some good disciplines that's paid off.
Yeah.
And Malcolm, he shared this. We was actually going to do a study on it on the breakfast show at one time, but then he had a baby and then he moved. All right. But he said, like, you know, his wife's credit score was brilliant and his credit score was not so good. And when they came together, it mashed up her credit score.
Wow.
And so that impeded quite a few things, and he shared that with us, and he was going to share that with us on the breakfast show. So depending on where you want to go to and what your plans are, knowing the credit score is a huge thing. If that's something that you want to utilize, if you know what I mean, to get a mortgage, etc. So I'm just throwing that one out there, guys, just for you to know. So I've shared some of Mike's. Also, here's a good one. Like, for example, like me and my wife got married. So she had a thing with her thing from before, like I think it was a mobile phone thing.
Yeah.
So guess what? I was already thinking about buying a property.
Yeah.
So when I was getting married to her, guess what? I was going into her credit score. I was going into my credit score. Why? Because my thought is I'm getting on the property ladder. That was my thoughts. And that educated me in quite a few things as well. And, you know, and it helped me to kind of help her to rebuild it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those things, guys. So if you're going for the journey together, there are some things that we have to be mature enough to kind of deal with and deliver. I'm sharing this with all of you, especially if you're single, so you can get the leg up. It's important. It really is important. Hey! Why you look at me like that? I'm just enjoying myself. I'm enjoying my life. Come on, catch the electric. Just catch the electric. Eddie, do something just to transfuse the situation. Do it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, back to me. Yeah. I can't. Oh. Hephzibah. All right, guys, this is your breakfast show. It's happening this morning. I got my t-shirt on with the heart. It's relationship power today. We're really excited. Even Shazad sent a message this morning saying Oh gosh, he's saying his breakfast. Oh my, he's ready. I'm ready for this love talk. Absolutely. We got something here from Chanel concerning the MCQ for today. Chanel McKenzie from Kilburn. Let's hear it, and hopefully we get this gremlin sorted. You won't be able to see me on the screen right now by the looks of things, but you can listen, guys. Good old-fashioned radio, the way it used to be.
Awesome. Getting ready for work. So with the credit score, it's an interesting question because I remember the first time I started taking my credit scores seriously. And I thought that, my credit scores would be good because I don't really get into any situation, financial situation. But then I found out that your credit scores can be low if they don't know you very well, or if you go above 50% of your credit limit. Like, there's so many rules with the credit scores. And then it was only then I realized that there were certain things I needed to do to work to increase my credit scores. So I think in this case, I wouldn't judge him too hard. I wouldn't judge the guy too hard about the credit scores because, it depends on why his credit scores is low. If it's for a good, valid reason, then that's different. But if he's just being clumsy, then I wouldn't accept it. So it's one of those ones. It all depends on the situation. All right, then, guys, take care. Have a good day.
Here's the thing. If life can happen, you probably, you're a person that we didn't get that etiquette, right? To be conscious of our credit score. We thought we were safe, not going out and buying anything with credit, right? So guess what? We want to go for a mortgage now and our credit score is low because we don't have no footprint to show our loyalty with credit, right? So, okay. But then what she said was interesting. If he's just been irresponsible,
drop it like it's hot.
And if you're a woman, I'm going to put my life in your hands and you're irresponsible with money, depending on how the standards of that lady is. Hephzibah.
So you can grow together. Because for instance,
you're so kind.
You can be clumsy with money. But if you've got someone, because remember, opposites attract. Yeah. And if somebody has discipline and order and financial weight, then if he's or she's willing to work with you so that you can actually be able to, you join together, and he says, okay, so what's your biggest issue? So he says, okay, I'll take that on board. I will work with you. This is what we will do together. We will, map out what your expenditure and let's work this thing together. And, during the relationship, it would be good during the relationship because once he sees that and he's ready to work with you with that and you're willing to break down your pride and say, okay.
Paulette says, I would ask for their credit score, but I would discuss money matters. But that would be then when that I think things are getting serious. It makes sense. I think joint would be good to have a joint, but discuss spending amounts and probably have a separate account where you have spending limits. If you have a joint account, but if you're planning a surprise, they will know everything. That's an interesting one, right? If you have a joint account and you want to plan a surprise and you're buying stuff for them, they'll see what's going on. So that's a very interesting one. Very good way to put it. Hephzibah, your thoughts on that one? Just very quickly. I just have to get Hephzibah because I wanted Hephzibah to be here to answer that. And you said something quite interesting. What was it you were saying about the credit score one?
So it's about trust. And if you're dating, and as Paulette just said, she was saying that.
Should you find out your potential partner's credit score while dating?
No, I think that conversation should be based on trust. And why would you want to find a credit score? Do you know what I mean? You're going to talk about things and you're going to say, this is where I'm at.
No, most people don't talk about that.
No, but this is what I'm saying. If you're with the author of love, we're not talking about people who are not listening to the author of love and not doing the author of love way. You trust.
But okay, this is, and Shazad said something very similar. He says, if the person's of God, then you're not really concerned with physical things, right? Material things. But here's what I said. Where do you want to go with this person? Because if your intention is to buy a house together and you're going to use a mortgage, you wouldn't know what you're walking into. Because you're in the dating period, like what I did, you can work on their credit rating towards what you want to do. Does that make sense if it's serious?
But did you check it out before or did you talk about it? the credit score.
Oh, no, you talk about. Why didn't say
Right.
check out? You talk. You have a
Yeah,
conversation
so
to find out.
that's
You wouldn't
it.
go behind their back and
No,
get their back
exactly.
passport and start like
Exactly.
doing like MI6 kind of thing. Like,
Exactly, that's the point. Because you're having that conversation where, because especially if you establish that this relationship is going to the next level.
is it important to check their credit score?
No, for you to talk about it, because that's the
No.
plan.
Here's the thing. Is it important for you
It
to
is.
check?
No, they got to talk. They got to open up, because that's the plan. That
Do you
you're
think
gonna-
it's important? It's an important discussion.
It's imperative indeed.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. I felt like I was in the House of Commons for a second then, and Boris is trying to... All right. We got Sinead. We got all happy birthdays to Tenika this morning from Vivian from our Breakfast Show Faithfuls. Sinead says, good morning, Breakfast Show, Stanford Hill Church, connected in faith. Good to have you with us, Sinead.